All right, thanks for joining us. We're here after a big win, which means it's time for the plays of the week. Coach Belichick, Scott Zolak with you. Coach, big plays against Pittsburgh. What are we starting with?
Well, we'll start with a big one. It was a very difficult play to run on the double pass where Tom threw the ball out to Julian, and then Julian threw it back across the field to James White. I think a couple of the key things on this play is, first of all, just the ball handling here, faking it to James, throwing the ball back to Julian. Of course, that has to be a lateral to make this a legal play, but Ryan Izzo and Phil Dorsett here give us some key blocks right at the point of attack to keep the Pittsburgh defenders from coming in and really being disruptive with Julian. And then when Julian makes the catch, you can see these are good blocks here for us. Julian does a nice job of taking his time, kind of hesitating, looking downfield, and you can see the attention that draws to Gordon, who's running on a deep over pattern, and both the corner and the safety, get dragged out of there. And then Julian, after he draws the pursuit over to his side of the field, and Gordon takes the coverage to the opposite side of the field, then throws it back across to James, and that's really a kind of the picture we're looking for there. There's a lot of blockers outside the guy with the ball and down the sideline. You've got Brady throwing a block here. And
I was just making sure you weren't throwing back to Brady, after Tennessee last year. But that's a good job by Gordon, though, really, staying on it, getting downfield, occupying that guy, that safety.
Well, you can see that the combination of Julian looking downfield and Gordon running this deep over route causes the secondary to chase Josh and then try to recover, thinking that the ball is going to him, which actually that would have been a good part of the play too.
Sure.
And then just down the sideline here. So here's a good look at it from the end zone, the same play. And again, this is a team in Pittsburgh that really pursues well. They have very good team speed. And so when the ball's thrown over here to Julian, they have a lot of guys really chasing to hustle over here. And then, of course, Julian reminded me that his passer rating is 119.
It's still a short throw.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the year wrap-ups, you'll go back and look at some trick plays you guys will run, but normally not till week 14 or divisional round against Baltimore of the years, and say you practice them. This is early for you guys.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things about this play is after we hit it, then we went right to the line and lined up in an empty formation on the very next play to try to press the advantage that we had. And so Pittsburgh is in a two-deep coverage, and it looks like they're in man-to-man here, two-deep man, but they blitz the defender over Josh here. And so they end up with really nobody on Gordon. So as he comes across the field here, the player who I think would have had him would be blitzing, and so he's picked up. And so Josh comes clean on the play, and again, just playing at a fast tempo, forcing the defense to communicate and react quickly. Gave us a little bit of advantage here, and then Josh does a great job of breaking tackles there, by Hayden and Edmonds, and touchdown. So
good to see him get excited too. It goes over to the fans here, and that they love that.
So those two plays are really interconnected, even though they're obviously very separate plays.
Our defense.
Yeah, I thought Hyde did a really good job of kind of setting the tone for us on defense. We had a lot of physical plays out there, but this is a good one right here where he comes in and attacks Villanueva, and makes a tackle on Connors for no gain.
Villanueva, he's a big guy.
He sure is.
6'6",
Yeah,
300
sure
plus.
Is. Yep.
I did the same thing to the tight end in the Super Bowl, going back against the Rams. So they watched the tape. Yeah.
And then you mentioned the third and one stops, and so this is one of them. We stopped them earlier on an inside run. This is the next play where they come back, put McDonald in motion, and try to run the toss crack. And starting with John Simon, John really plays the crack block here by McDonald well. He tosses him off and gets outside. Steph does an excellent job, Gilmore, of recognizing the crack blocks here and the ball tossed and coming off. And then Jamie does a great job here of running through, finding that space. Again, Simon really helps us out by not getting cracked into this space here. John does a nice job here to open it up for Jamie, who runs through and hits it. We get a good, nice tackle for a loss there. Jamie had a good night for us. He made a lot of big plays.
He really did. Were you shocked Pittsburgh wasn't under center a little bit more than maybe what they were?
Yeah, they were only under center against us one time last year.
Wow.
In their 11 personnel grouping. So it was kind of a gun game for them. Then this is another fourth and short situation. Now they're in empty here. This is Pat, and we're in a zone defense here, and they're trying to just run quick routes at the sticks here in a kind of slant combination on the backside. And Pat does a nice job here. The ball kind of gets thrown in there to Moncrief, but you can see Pat come in here and get his left arm right into the pocket of the catch and knocks this ball out of his hand. So an excellent play by Pat in terms of recognition and fast reaction to the play and good technique. But I thought one of the really best parts of this play is you can see the energy that our team has after this big stop.
It's nice to get excited, get 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. It might be 9 guys in there after he came through. He played well all night, did Pat. Hitting guys, McCourty, Jones, hitting through the receivers. Great start to the year, Coach. Way to go get him.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, there you go. There's your plays of the week. We'll see you next time.